Please go ahead and eat. I'm from an Italian family. I'm very accustomed to eating and talking at the same time, so please go ahead. First to Chairman Keith Wright. Let's give him a round of applause for all his great work for the leadership of the Democratic Party. I'm really excited about Keith and the leadership that he's brought, and Rodney Capel, and this is an illustration of the new energy in the Democratic Party and the new direction for the Democratic Party. So I want to thank Keith very much for taking on this assignment with all his other assignments and all his other duties. He's honored us by becoming a co-chairman of the Democratic Party. To the moderators and the sponsors of today, John Cowan in the Third Way, let's give him a round of applause. John Podesta, Center for American Progress. He's on his way up from Washington. We thank him very much, John Podesta. Dean Scorton, President of Cornell University, is going to be the moderator, one of the moderators on today's panel. We thank him very much, Dean Scorton. Thank you for being with us today. Let me say this, because really we want to get down and hear from the experts. Democratic Policy Conference. That is exactly right. Why? Why should the Democratic Party be hosting policy conferences? Well, policy conference is about new ideas for government. How does government more effectively address the issues, the problems that we're faced with today? Understanding that the problems evolve, society evolves, and as the problems change and society changes, government's response to those problems should change. And why the Democratic Party? Because fundamentally, the Democratic Party believes in government. We believe in the concept of government. We believe that government is the vehicle for community. And that's the essence of what the Democratic Party is all about. You can take almost any political context, any classic political context, and look at the way the issues shape up and frame up, and you can almost always take it down to that foundation. The Democrat is arguing that government as a vehicle for the collective can make a difference, and that we should try to do that. That it's not enough to strive for an individual success and a series of individual successes. We can do better together. That we can find a way to use our collective strength, our collective resources to help an individual and raise us all in the process. The fabric of society, the fabric of community, that's what the Democrats are always talking about. And if you believe in community, and you believe in the collective, and you believe in society, and you believe in us, and you believe in together, well, the vehicle for that collective action is government. Right? We talk about government. We have all these abstract conversations about government. What is government? Government is us. Government is us. Government is we will form a committee to do that which we cannot do individually. We will elect a head of the committee, and that committee is government. And if you believe in us, and you believe in our capacity, and you believe in our power, then government has to work. Now, second part of the Democrats' argument is, we believe in us, we believe in the collective, we believe shared success is sweeter than individual success. And we believe government is the vehicle to achieve that success. Fine. Then the burden of proof is on you as a Democrat to show that the government can work. You believe in community, you believe in the collective, you believe that the collective can make a difference, you believe government is the vehicle to make a difference, fine. Then make the government work. Because if the government doesn't work, then it defies the fundamental premise of the Democratic Party. So make the government work. Make the government work efficiently. Make it work effectively. And show the government can actually solve problems. And as society evolves, then government has to evolve. Because as the problems change, then the approach, the solution has to change to the problem. And that constant evolution, that constant learning, that constant probing is what today is all about. Well, we set policies last year. I know. And you revisit them this year. And you revisit them next month. And you revisit them next week. How can we do it better? How can we learn? How can we change? How can we grow? What's working? Let's replicate it. What's not working? And let's find a different way to do it. Why the New York Democratic Party? Because this is New York. And New York, as a state, as one of the laboratories of democracy, the New York Laboratory of Democracy was always special in that it was the laboratory for cutting-edge progressive policy in this country. And other states look to New York on the tough problems, the new problems, the evolving problems, to see what New York was doing, because in many cases it was instructive to them as an example of effective progressive government. So that the New York Democratic Party should be holding a series of these conferences, these probings, these learning sessions is entirely appropriate. And I'm proud and pleased to be part of it. Now, the sessions, the specific topics today, I believe are three of the most poignant topics that we're going to be dealing with. First, on the what's called technology transfer. We spent a day yesterday with the regional councils from across the state that are working on economic development region by region by region. They all literally came back to this point of technology transfer. What is technology transfer? Technology transfer is the commercialization of new ideas coming out of academia. And it is one of the areas where New York is not doing well. New venture capital startups, new ideas, young people with a great new technology idea, and where do they choose to locate their business and grow their business and start to hire people. New York has a great educational system. We have our private universities, we have our SUNY system. We're one of the strongest states in the nation in terms of educational institutions. So we are birthing the ideas. We have the young minds. We're making the ideas. But when the idea comes out of the university, it's not being commercialized in this state. It's going elsewhere. Why? How do we change that? How do we get those ideas that we birth to grow here and develop here? That's one of the major issues facing this state. California does it better than this state. Massachusetts does it better than this state. There's tremendous economic potential in that technology transfer, commercialization of ideas. And it's going to be a focus, it has been a focus for us. Dean Scorton has done great work in this area. It's going to be a focus for the state government going forward, and you're going to hear about it from the state government going forward. Secondly, the clean economy. I believe that is the intersection of the two priority areas for this state. It's the environment, protecting the environment, and growing the economy at the same time. I think there is tremendous economic potential in the state that is first and masters the space of the green economy, clean economy. And we have some of the best people in the nation, literally, on that panel. And campaign finance. Why? Because the campaign finance, which has been a difficult area for many, many years, money in politics, has just gotten more complicated. The Citizens United decision, in my opinion, put the legal analysis aside, has practically made a bad situation worse. Because what Citizens United says is the money is flooding in, and you can't even stop the money from now entering the game, entering politics. So what do you do in terms of campaign finance in light of the Citizens United case? And campaign finance is important because what campaign finance is all about is people's ability to trust their government. And can people trust the government when they feel alienated from the government and disconnected from the government because they don't really have the money to support candidates, to participate in the process the way they see many other people and many other organizations participating. I believe that is distancing people from their own government. And government is a relationship to the citizen, and like any relationship, it is only as good and as strong as the level of trust. And when you lose that bond of trust between people and the government is impotent. The government is impotent. You put these points together, and it's what we've been trying to do in Albany for the past 18 months. It's what Keith and I and my colleagues have been working on for 18 months. We inherited a dysfunctional government, a government that didn't work, a government that wasn't efficient, a government that wasn't effective. We inherited a government that people didn't trust, literally. I remember when I was campaigning for governor from Montauk to Buffalo. You would say, I'm running for governor, I'm running to fix the state government. People would almost smirk when you said state government. It would almost become a joke. So restoring the trust, developing that connection with people, showing that the government can actually function, it can work, it can make a difference in your life, not abstract, not conceptually. Government can make a difference in your life. Government can make your life better. Government can help you. And trust and pride in that institution. That's what the past 18 months have been all about. We say very simply, I work for the people. That's it. I work meaning function, efficiency, effectiveness. Actually work, I work for the people. Not for the special interests, not for the funders of campaign efforts, for the people. That's what the 18 months and the story of New York State have been all about. I believe we've made progress over the past 18 months. We started to restore the trust, we started to reconnect with people. We started to show that the government can actually work, and it's something that you can be proud of. And I believe we started to vindicate the fundamental concept of community and the collective. And the best success, the sweetest success, is shared success. And it is possible. With the good work of today, I think we'll be able to do even more. Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you so much, Governor. Thank you very, very much. We will be starting in about 5 minutes. We'll be starting our panels. And before we do that, we just have a little time to break down and so that we can start our first panel discussion. All right?